What up, YouTube? This is Groovy Canadian, rocking out some tiny houses here. The reason for this is that taking some time off work to assess the world and see what's going on, and it's kind of shitty. People are really poor. People have a lot of money. The government's keeping you down, stealing from us Canadians, along with like the rest of the governments in the world, like the U.S. and everything else. So I thought, how could I help? I've been about me. Been an international DJ, rocking that out for a while. That was good. That was fun. Partying was great. But you know what? Done and over with. Maybe I'll continue it on later. But for now, I had to figure out where was all my money going. I'm kicking back, producing, just chilling out. All that money that I've saved. It's not going to a house. It's not going to my house. It's going to rent. And that's drained my account over the last year and a half, which kind of sucked. So I thought, well, then I got to go back to work and make more money just to be the slave to society and keep it going and going and going. So what a lot of people aren't doing nowadays are figuring out what they need. It's all about what they want. I want a new iPhone. I want a new iPad. I want to go on vacation. I want this. Well, what about what you need? What do you need in life? You need a roof over your head, somewhere that's, you can go home, lay your head, you can make dinner, you can have a shower. How about, have grown your own food? We've been doing that for the last 2 years, which has been pretty awesome. Non-GMO, no Monsanto, none of that shit, the government trying to poison us some more, and all these crazy ass companies. So, anyway, I said, well, all the money's going to rent. So I said, well, I'm a carpenter. I learned some skills when I was younger. Getting a little older now, in my 30s. But I picked up some skills along the way when I was younger, and I learned how to build homes and envelope them and whatnot. A few things I'm kind of picking up along the way. But at least I got some skills that I can utilize. What I don't have, I've got friends. Friends are awesome. Other friends with skills that can help you out, especially Devin here. He's been a big help. Thank you for holding the camera, and thanks for helping me do my windows today. I want to instill like community, trying to like help one another, stop being all about me, all about you, whatever, it's like, if you see somebody in trouble, help them. If you see, a neighbor that could need a hand, go over and give them a hand, go say hi, strike up a conversation. Things have been, I've gotten too robotic, too separate, video games back in the day, for an example. I know I'm kind of getting off topic from the tiny home, but, this kind of makes sense. Video games back in the day. Remember Nintendo, you go get your Nintendo, a couple controllers, video games, you sit with your buddies, you play the video games. Nowadays, it's about, you get your PlayStation, but you got to get 2 PlayStations, and you got to get the internet so you can play, and a headset so you can play with your buddy that's in another house across the city. There's no intimacy. There's no energy exchange. There's no it's just no feeling. It's so robotic, it's breaking apart society. Same thing with this, like text messaging. Everywhere you look, all you see is people on the kids, man. There's kids that are freaking in elementary school that are sitting there on cell phones. What the do they need a cell phone for? If you need to get a hold of your parent, you go to the office and you call your parent. You got to get a hold of your friends, you use the fucking house phone. Sorry, pardon my language, but it's ridiculous what is coming on. And it's all this technology. It's not a bad thing. Technology is awesome, but it's doing everything for you. It's not making you think. There's calculators, everything. Computer, you can just Google everything. There's no you don't have to remember anything anymore. Phone numbers. How many phone numbers do you actually remember? Maybe your parents' phone number, maybe your best friend. The rest of it's all in your phone. Is it all up in here, or are you using it up there? No, because you're relying on your cell phone. If you don't know where something is, you Google it. If it's fine if you're from, a different town or something, but if it's your hometown, know your city. Don't be relying on an instrument that's, what happens if the cell phone towers are down or the power goes out or, whatever. Are you going to rely on that stupid little gadget? No, you got to rely on yourself. But if you have no skills, what are you going to do, right? Anyway, back to the topic at hand, this tiny self-sustaining solar home. like I said, I took some time off for the last little while to assess what's going on in the world, and I found and what's going on with me, and I figured out like all our money goes towards rent or somebody else's mortgages. Well, a mortgage is just another what's it called? Tool to keep us as slaves. I just one way. There's lots of stuff that I'm trying to think of and make sense here, but we'll start here. Let's say you save up some money, you save 30 grand, and you're like, and this is why another thing, you're brainwashed from day one to think like, you know, you go through life, you go to school, you know, you get a job, you get a wife, you get a mortgage, you get your white picket fence and all this bullshit. No, you don't. That's what everybody's made to believe. Live your fucking life. Do what you want to do. You don't have to conform. If you don't like kids, then maybe you shouldn't be a parent. But don't think that I have to have kids. I got to do this. I got to that it's what you want to do. It's not about what other society wants and what other people think is right. It's what you think is right. I know what's right from wrong. You know what's right from wrong. Don't kill, don't steal, blah, blah, blah. Why do we need this stupid-ass government that steals our money, like, and doesn't use it for anything we want? Like, look at Harper. I'm just kidding, man, there's so much to say here. Look at Harper. He was going overseas, and he didn't, just trying to remember the article. I can't remember where he was going, but at the time the bulletproof Mercedes wasn't good enough that this other country had for him to roll around in. He wanted his bulletproof Escalade, which cost Canadian taxpayers $1 million. Do you think that's fair? That's what you paid for. I'm not happy about it. I don't think you should be happy about it either. And that's just one of the many things that our shitty ass government does to us and keeps us repressed. That another is using our money. I think recently I've been out in Africa for mining rights and stuff, and then banking with these overseas banks, doing deposits that way, so he doesn't have to pay taxes on it. And I think he saved himself like $1 billion this last year or whatever the hell it was. I can't remember. I'd have to bring up the articles on that. But that's just look into these things. They're just ass pirates raping us, and we have to stand up and do something about it. Getting locked into a mortgage is not really going to help you out. So back to the mortgage thing. You save yourself up 30 grand. You go get yourself a $300,000 mortgage. You're rocking it out. Paying your mortgage off, doing your thing. Well, actually, you're not really paying your mortgage off, because like the first 10 years on a 30-year mortgage or whatever, you're not even paying the interest, all right? So, you say you make it a year and you're doing fine, but something happens, you get sick or you lose your job or whatever, and you miss a few payments. Well, they foreclose on your house. So there goes they sell off your house and they take your deposit. Now you're left with zero that you've spent your whole life saving for. And now you're living on the streets, or you're back renting an apartment or whatever, and just living paycheck to paycheck. And now you're almost middle-aged, and maybe you have got some family support or girlfriend, dogs, whatever. It doesn't matter. You got a life kind of built up, but because you were locked into this system, you're fucked. So here, it doesn't cost that much to build a home. These contractors that are out there, I worked for lots of contractors. I worked for some high-end ones, which was kind of nice because I learned some skills. But they're all about the money. It's all about money. Any business you go to, it's all about money. So these guys are charging ridiculous amounts of money for these huge homes that you never. Okay, look around you. Look around. See these homes? They're big, aren't they? Most of them might have like 3 people in it, 4 people, maybe 4 people if you got a decent sized family. But where do you spend most of your time? Spend it in the living room, don't you? Okay, what about your bedroom? You go there to sleep, have sex, whatever. Your kitchen, you go there to eat, make dinner and whatever. So those rooms you don't use too much. The bathroom, you go there to shower, use the toilet, whatever. But the main area is your living space, right? Okay. So as long as you make your living space the most comfortable, livable, delightful place to be, you shouldn't have any problems, right? So anyway, I've been, I'm a little baked right now, so bear with me. I've been doing a lot of research on tiny homes, tumbleweeds, tiny house blog, composting, toilets, living self-sustaining, self-sufficiently, and these caught my eye. I wish it caught my eye a while ago, but never late to never, right? So anyway, I decided to save myself from wasting money, wasting my time. Once you have a roof over your head, everything else is pretty simple. So this I own flat out, myself and my girlfriend. Nobody owns it. It's ours. It's never going to go away. If there's anything that needs to be fixed, I can fix it, whatever. But it's ours. To go rent a chunk of land somewhere, really, people, go 5 minutes out of the city, even in the city. Like, I've even found some people offering me some free places to stay, which I was pretty stoked on. This is what I'm talking about, community coming together. But it really doesn't cost that much. Like 200 acres of land, of farmland, whatever. It's like $1,250. So let's say you got a few friends together and you rented this. Let's say you know, 5, 6 friends, 10 friends. Who knows? You get 5 acres of land. You get 5 acres of land. Everybody's got their own property. They can grow their own food. Everybody helps each other out. You know, it's really simple to do when you stop thinking about me. So anyway, so it's. Roughly acreage is like $50 an acre. Really, like at the most you're gonna pay right now, unless you're like, you know, somebody is mortgaging a lot for some dumb reason. But don't be an idiot. Don't waste your money. It's really simple to live. So once you have your self-sustaining home that you can live in, I'll take you for a tour in a second as we go. You have no overhead. You have no rent, no mortgage. Well, your rent, if you are renting the land, it's very, very minimal. Let's use this for an example. You got 4 weeks in a month, right? You get 2 paychecks in a month. Well, let's take those 2 paychecks and split them into 4 weeks, so you get paid every week, just to make sense. So most places, you know, those first 3 checks would take care of your rent, and you're supposed to live off of this. That doesn't sound fair to me. Plus the government taking money from you. They don't even let you, if you go to your employer and you ask to do your own taxes, they will not let you do your own taxes. I think that's bullshit, because you know, sometimes you do need that extra bit of cash because you know, like you got sick, or you could use it to pay off some more, you know, some bills that now you're getting tacked in more interest on, which is just keeping you more of a slave and more in debt. And then you're using your credit cards, which is like, you know, cash loans are retarded. You know, like if you can't pay off your balance, then you're getting charged interest on that. It's just costing you more and more money, and every little bit adds up, and that's what keeps you down. So you take your 4 weeks there, and you could live off of. Once you have your tiny home, you could live off of that 1 check, and then you can save the rest of that. So let's say, you know, you save up, and you find a chunk of land you want. You go buy that. I guarantee you, within 5 years, you will have your own home, your own land, and be totally self-sustained. Stick with me. I'll show you how it's done. So anyway, I'm going to give you a little tour of the tiny home. This is going to be our front door. You can do it on the cheap. And take your time if you have a little bit of money to stick in at you know, a little bit at a time. I'm sinking all my money into it, just like you know, screw it. Once I have a home, I've got a place to live, right? So I don't have to worry about that. My girlfriend's working in that. So I mean, if we needed some extra food, some extra things, whatever, gas, she's got that. We got all our water from her work, reverse osmosis, UV water, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, so I wanted to make this livable for myself, my girlfriend, a couple dogs, snakes. I have a recording studio so I can still work on my music. So yeah, anyway, I'll give you a quick little tour. What I've got all the walls framed in right now and the roof on, except for the top. I'm going to do tin roofing because I would like to save the water. And I don't want it all gross and crappy from the roof shingles. So I'm probably just going to do flat tin. I've got a slight 2-inch grade on the roof, so it'll all go to the back, and then there I'll have a collection system that goes to a rain barrel. I'm going to have 2 lofts. The bedroom here, right now we are in the living room area. So you can see the ceilings are pretty high. They're 9 9'1". The reason why it's a little shorter in here is because the trailer that I bought isn't like a car trailer, which would have given me an extra couple feet. I got a really good deal on this. It's a triple axle 21,000 GVW trailer. I got it for $2,200, $2,400 delivered to my house. So that's wicked. Like, I mean, I'm finding like 10,000 or even 7,000 GVW trailers, double axle, are like 5, 6, 7 grand. So I got a smoking deal on it.